Hello, everybody. It's your lady, Joanna. My space in your place. You know I love you, don't you? And to all my subscribers, thank you so much for your comments and for the new subscribers. I see I got some new subscribers. Welcome to the family. And speaking of family, we lost a member of our family on yesterday. So my heart and my all my condolences go out to my cousins. She was like a sister, and her children were like my nieces and nephews and stuff. Like that's how close we were. We were family, and I loved her so much. And may God be with the family, and all my prayers go out to the family. We love you. Yeah. And I will keep you lifted in my prayers. I ain't saying it's going to be easy, but you'll get through it. I promise you, you will. Okay, moving right along. I hope everyone has been being safe, keeping safe, and wearing your mask and being protecting yourself out there in the streets. It's a lot going on out there. So we have to be careful and look out for one another, love one another, protect one another. When you protect yourself, you're protecting the other person. You know what I'm saying? It's not the point that you're left if you wear it, you're right if you don't, and all that. No, that's nonsense. You're being careful and you're protecting your family and yourself, your home and all that stuff, your parents, grandparents. But anyway, moving right along, this story is about um, for those who haven't been following me, I want you to follow me and tell a friend, okay, and a friend of a friend about me and my channel. I tell stories that are so real, unbelievably real. And they're real stories, my stories. This story that I'm going to tell you is about a relationship between two friends, real close girlfriends. And this woman was the one that reason why I'm saved today. She lived the life and she walked it in front of me. And she led me, told me about Christ and stuff. And and I am grateful to this day for her and the other sister, the mother that helped me. I told a story. Go back and look it on one of my stories. Okay, my videos. I did a story on that, and so she was such a kind, is a kind woman. I haven't seen her in years and years and years, but she's sweet. One of those sweet women, and she never once spoke any ill against anyone, not unless alone her husband. So you figure like you run tell your business, but I would tell about my husband business, but oh, I thought my husband was a dog, and everybody else had saints for husbands. I did not know this till after this happened that no, I had it wrong. They just didn't tell about their husband. I found a lot out after this, but later, what happened was my husband, um, he died. Uh, let me see, about a year after I had moved to that city. I moved there. And he was even telling, her husband was telling my husband where I lived and all that stuff like that. And she was looking at him like, why is she telling her all that business to get her, this woman in trouble like that? Yeah, he was telling it because she had told him everything. And this was a year. And so after my husband passed, all the creeps came out of the woodworks at his wife. But I didn't give them time. Nobody that came out, I went, I had nothing to do with. Someone that I met at a 4th of July fireworks that I never saw in my life. That's who I had a relationship with and got engaged 2 years after my husband's death. And I think we were engaged for about 2 years. And until it got ugly. But anyway, that's in another story too. You have to go back and look at that. Subscribe to my channel. And so anyway, uh, did like I say, my daughter. I had one daughter, two sons. When you have one daughter, you spoil them. She had her own telephone line, honey. Her own line, own number, and everything. So one day, this man showed up to my house. His wife and I were not on the same off day schedule. She was working. He had gone by there and showed her this new Jaguar he got. Yeah, he did. They had just got a Jaguar. And he went by to show her the Jag. And the next person he went to show it was me. Yeah, came to my house. And I was by myself. He knew my kids were in school, but he did not get in my house. I was at the door talking to him, and he told me, "Oh, I want you to see my new car." I saw that Jag, in the front. I said, "Well, never saw a Jaguar, and that's what he wanted me. And that was right down his alley. And I'm looking all in it. Yeah, I was looking in it, looking all around at the stuff hanging up in it, looking at what was on the floor and everything. I even know what he had on and everything, even to the shoes. Yeah, I was getting receipts on him right then because that was way out of order. And I knew it was out of order. I wasn't born yesterday. I knew he had been smacking and licking at me for years. And for him to drive up in a Jaguar while his wife was at work, I'm home all by myself. Did he think that I was going to let him in there? What kind of woman did he think I was? But anyway, he found out. But let me go on. He asked me for my phone number. He got one all right, my daughter's. And I didn't say that's my daughter's phone number. I just gave him my phone number. And so he told me they was having a picnic and all this weekend, and come to the picnic, and we having a picnic. I say, I call his wife names. As you know, I don't call names. You know what I'm saying now, because I'm not dragging nobody. That is not my I don't do that. I just tell stories. Yeah. He was telling me who all was gonna be there and everything, and this and that and the other. And I said, "Oh, that sounds nice." And it was in my neighborhood. So I had a community that you had to pay a community dues when you have the the hold on a minute. Okay. Um when you have the swimming pool and the lake and the tennis court and all that. Well, did you take it out? Check it anyway. Excuse me, y'all. That's my son. I'm trying to got some cornbread going in the oven. Is it done, son? You press it in the middle. See, press it in the middle. Y'all have to excuse me, okay? Don't bring it up here, honey. You put it. Just let it sit there for about 5 minutes, okay? You just let it sit in here. Yeah, cut it off. Just cut it off. But I'll tell you what, and leave leave the door open. Open the door. Open the door and just let it sit in there. Thank you. Open it all the way down. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I knew that was gonna happen. I had already told him. But I didn't know he was gonna bring the cornbread to me on camera. But that's all right too. The natural things are the best things, don't you think? Family. That's what counts. Family is very important. And I wouldn't give nothing for what just happened. Yeah. That's because that's a part of my life, my family. Well, anyway, yeah, this dude came to my house that I thought was a saint. because I never heard anything come out of this woman's mouth. Do you hear what I say? I was the mockingbird. So anyway, I went on and he was telling me everything. He told me he was rich because he had then won a lawsuit, millions of dollars. And he said, this house, now Mom and I had just got my house built. He said, this house, I could buy this house, pay it off, and you will never have to pay one mortgage payment. He said, you wouldn't even have to work with where my wife worked at if you didn't want to work there. He said, if you want to work, just be my woman. This man begged me. Now, mind you, I had a ring on my finger. Yes, I did, a 2-carat diamond ring on my finger that he was telling me, like, who have more money, me, him, or me, like that? Men. And I say I was satisfied with what my fiance had, and it wasn't about money. But he said, please just give me a chance. But let me just buy your house. A house. I was being cut in shreds. To even think of this man would think that I would go with him. Him. And my girlfriend, sweet sister in the church that I had been knowing ever since. She helped me with my salvation plan. Like that. He knew it. Can you believe he tried to get in there and destroy a womanhood like that? This man trying to come between two sisters in Christ with money. He was going to buy me. He was going to break that up or else. I had plans for that brother. I told my fiance the whole story, the truth and nothing but truth. I told my daughter because I wanted to show my daughter how a woman should act and what a friend should be to another one, and how a Christian woman should carry herself. That's what I showed my daughter. When I got the number, he called me every day. This man would call. Looked like he just ran to work or something probably. And he called me, and the number that he gave me was only for his wife, like that. One of those numbers. Yes. Nobody couldn't have just given me that number. So we had receipts. My daughter would take down things what he would say, and I would like pull things out him that only she would know, so that I would have proof. I did not want this woman to turn the tickets around to think that I wanted her husband, because I was a widow at this time now. Even though I was engaged with, so what? So you really don't know when you mess with somebody's husband, how they might feel, you know? So I was getting all my ducks in a row before I even came out with this. But he was going down. That brother was going down. But my fiance wanted it drastic. He wanted me to have the man in the house, call the wife to the house to have him, like that. Bring him to an open shame. No, she was a sweet woman, and I was not going to involve her in that. It was two black sisters together, and I was going to show my daughter how two women act. I called her at work. Like I say, we had different days off. I called her and I asked her, could she please come by today? I needed her at my home today after work, and I have something that I need to discuss with you. And when she came, my daughter was there. She had the book. And I say, before we start, let us pray. And we bowed, we prayed, let's held hands together. And we prayed. And then when we prayed, I sat down, held my sister, and looked her in her face. And I told her that I loved her. And I said, you know I love you, don't you? You know I love you. You like a sister. And you are a sister in Christ. I have a daughter. And I have to do this to show my daughter what women do when they love each other. Even two women, how they should do and treat one another. She watched the whole thing. And I told her that my fiance knew what was going on right as what we were doing right then. So she knew that. I said that right then. Okay, now I had got all kinds of information out this nut. I had got stuff that she would know that he had to tell. Even though I had all kind of receipts, like his private number. I knew what was in her car, brand new car when she just got it, when he just left her. I knew what he had on, to the shoes. I knew about the picnic, what she served, who was there. I knew about things he had bought her, plans they were making, personal stuff. Yes, things that he promised me. I knew about how much money he was going to get and what he could do for me. You know what I'm saying? Not anybody would be not tempted. Hard as times were. But let me tell you, that's what Satan does. He tempts you. But it didn't work with me. You know what I'm saying? God giveth and God taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And he will never give you somebody else's husband. So I wanted to drop him like a brick, not her. So when I told her, I showed her the number. I said, does this look familiar? That was the icebreaker right there. And she called this name. She could call this name so sweet. That's the number. I said yes, and I said just as sweet as that. This is the number. Yeah. She looked at me. What is? And I told her. Took her way back when they first come out the car. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. I felt some kind of way, like if you got a girlfriend and she get a brand new car. What's wrong with telling your friend that you talk to every day that you getting a brand new car? What's so secretive? I mean, I know that's your business, but a car? You know, I never could get to that. You know? So anyway, I felt some kind of way, so I let her know everything that she didn't tell me that he did. Simple stuff that didn't really matter, like a car, a picnic, who was going to be even what she cooked. Yes, he told me all of this, everything. Okay, so, the next thing, you know, she cried like a baby, and I held her tight, like a sister. We were sisters. And she apologized to me. Yeah, she apologized to me. And so, anyway, I felt real sorry for this sister. I did not know that he was what they call hoish. Now, yeah, I didn't know because she never said anything. And I wasn't in her social circle. I had my own circle. We didn't go to the same church. I was in a whole nother city, whole nother congregation. Even we lived in the city, but different parts of town. Yeah. So I didn't go in her circle. I didn't hear about what go on. I didn't know her husband was a dog. I didn't know nothing. And I didn't care about other people's business. But then after that, okay, so she was hurt. Boy, was she hurt. And yeah, he was a cheater, pumpkin eater, hiding sausages all over town. Yes, he was. And in the church, paying tithing, big tithing. Yeah, and today he's a rich man, still millionaire, houses everywhere and all this stuff. If I would have been nasty, I could have been just as rich with somebody else's husband. Lord have mercy, Jesus. But anyway, after I told her, that's when all hell broke loose. I started hearing all kinds of stuff then. And even she would call crying and telling me that she just followed him and was hiding and ran in the woman's house. And there he was in the bed with the woman. He jumped out the head. I think he was naked. I think she said, and he left his shoes and everything in the woman's house. And yeah, he was naked because he lived right across from them. Can you believe it? It was her next door neighbor. Then she knew the woman was going with her husband. And then I advised her, don't leave him. I told her, do not give her husband to them women. Because they all knew he done ran and told everybody, like he told me, that he was going to be rich and telling me how much money. And these were younger women. So, you know, they was going to fall for all of that. So he was getting it everywhere, honey. He was hiding his sauces all over town. And thought he was going to get this one, her friend. But money never could buy me. And so anyway, that's that story. Yeah. Should I tell her or not? Yeah. Should I tell her or not? And I did. It was the right thing to do. And if you know somebody, if you ever was in that situation, and I pray to God that you never have that done to you, that you pray over this. You hear what I say? And then you go and I pray to God that the sister that is husband, that she's a good woman. Okay? And have all your receipts, your ducks in a row. Because if she's not saved and if she's not like that type of woman I was dealing with, honey, it could twist around like he could twist it around like it was you or something like that. But see, he couldn't twist nothing around, honey, because this brother, I wouldn't even let him in my house. So he could never say what color furniture, because, honey, she grilled him. You know she grilled him. He was trying to look out. Honey, I shut my door. Something told me to shut my door when I walked out there to see my car. Because he couldn't say, oh, I see what color this was and this. No, I wouldn't let him look in my house. Don't give them a chance, honey. Because they will turn it around on you. And then you will lose a friend. And you will hurt a sister. And you don't want that to happen. So pray over it. And I pray that nothing like this happens to you. Go ahead on and like my video. And subscribe to my channel. Yes. And I love you. And thank you for stopping by and listening. I count it always a blessing that you even stop and listen at my stories. Okay, until the next story, I say Mwah. I love you. Goodbye. And be careful out there, okay? Bye-bye.